Toastmaster Isham with 12th July 1987. 12th July 1987, Toastmaster Isham. That was a very fabulous description. I don't think I've ever got something like that. I don't know what product I sold. Anyway, 12th of July 1987. Toastmaster, members of the head table. My fellow Toastmasters, good evening.
Good evening.
Now, all of you must be wondering what is this date that he quoted. That was not the expiry date of the product, by the way. That was the date that a cute little baby boy was born to a family. And this boy was named Isham Ali. Who is that? Me! So I was born to a family with two sisters. That was at first. 10 years after I was born, my parents had another baby daughter, who happened to be my sister. And she took my pride of place. So, you must be wondering, what is this whole pride of place? See, it's an Asian thing, you know, when you're a boy and you're the last in the family, you get all the special preferences, you cry, you howl, you have to just smile or you frown, and you get everything on your plate. So, she took that from me. So now I am the third, she is the fourth. And she is still better and she gets everything that she wants. So growing up into a fine little young man, my dad decided to admit me to one of the most prestigious and one of the most famous schools in Asia, Royal College, Colombo. Initially, I thought there would be more Somians over here who would keep looking at me and saying, oh, yeah, right, what are you talking? But I was here in this prestigious school. You know, initially, I was wondering why Royal College when there were so many international schools at that point of time. I was little at that point of time and I didn't realize, but subsequently I realized that it was a thing to do with prestige and family tradition that we had, where all the boys on my dad's side were admitted to Royal College and they schooled there. So hence I was there. And I was there right up until my advanced level examination. So finishing off with school, I went on to do my bachelor's in business administration, my degree level. And I did it at Apis Sri Lanka. I don't know whether most of you all know, but it's affiliated to Staffordshire University, UK, where they had an internal degree over here. So I was there, and at the point of time of my final year research, I was given the very unique opportunity of presenting my final year research as a research paper. It got selected for presentation in Sri Lanka and Thailand. So I traveled to Thailand to present it, and it got published in one of the famous journals over there. It was also at this wonderful institution that I had my first hand in Toastmasters. So we were introduced to the whole speechcraft program. And I met some of the most wonderful individuals in Toastmasters. Today, I am here because of those initial beginnings. Smedley Toastmasters Club was the one who did it for us. And it was by far one of the best experiences that I've had in my life. So upon graduation and completion of all this, I decided that maybe I need to fine-tune my industry. What industry do I want to be in? And at that point of time, the industry, one of the most vibrant industries at that point of time, was the Islamic banking and finance industry. So I decided to, dabble with this, understand what this whole industry was about. And I joined an Islamic investment company, a small firm, but was doing a lot of changes, a lot of hyperactive activity on this industry. I was in charge of special projects for this institution. So this was a very fulfilling time I had this institution because I was sent to Maldives. And what was I sent there for? To establish Maldives' first Islamic bank. So I was there to do the groundwork study and liaise with various individuals to understand the whole need of the market. So at that point of time, what they actually wanted me to do was to actually get to know the governor of the central bank and senior officials of various ministries over there. So which was, at that point of time, I was very young, but it gave me a lot of exposure. To very senior levels, I got to know people. So after that, I realized that I needed to fine-tune myself, get some qualifications to, talk a lot about myself. And I went on to do my master's in Islamic finance in Malaysia at one of the most prestigious, or rather also known as the Harvard of Islamic Finance. The institute is INSEF, International Center for Education in Islamic Finance, one of the most famous institutions over there. So since it was masters, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was wondering, maybe I need to put my time into good use. And I joined an online media company that serviced the Islamic banking and finance fraternity. So a part of this role was to interview. I was a news editor and journalist, and I used to write articles for this online company, and I used to also interview very senior dignitaries and very special people in Islamic finance, ranging from high-end Sharia scholars to top institutions, the heads of those institutions. And again, I managed to get my inroads into this industry and get to know very important people. So subsequent to that, I finished my master's, and since I'm the only boy, as I mentioned, in my family, my mom was missing me. She wanted me to come back. She said, no, you don't need to work there. You come back to Sri Lanka and you'll get a very good job. I realized that Sri Lanka was short of people with masters in Islamic finance. And I joined this very institution, Amana Bank. So in a few days' time, I will actually be completing 3 years in this institution. And I have worked in loads of other departments while I was here. So it has been a very fulfilling time over here, practicing Islamic finance. Another side of me is my interests, hobbies and passions, which is photography. I don't know, you all would have seen, whoever is on my Facebook would have been getting messages from me. I'm actually competing for an international competition on photography, where they are going to actually select some of our pictures and be printed and posted on various online portals. So that is something that I do away from my busy life at Amana Bank. And that is something that I really enjoy, because what enabled me to get there was the first DSLR camera that I got from the special someone in my life, which I don't want to mention and keep it as a mystery yet. And so that enabled me to practice that. And also I love globe-trotting. As you would have realized, I mentioned various countries. This is all part of me experiencing the world. And so I've traveled to various other countries, and there is loads more which I need to tick off on my bucket list. And going forward, I'm planning on progressing with my PhD in Islamic banking. And also another side of me is I'm opening my own restaurant. It's something that I love. I love cooking and I love eating. So that is me to you, gentlemen. Good evening.